This podcast is sponsored by Darling Eyewear. Activate your alter ego with Darling Eyewear and start seeing life through a different set of lenses. Shop darlingeyewear.com. Tell them Demetrius Lee and Angela Lee in the Lee Life Experience Podcast sent you. Thank you.
Hi, welcome to a new episode of the Lead Life Experience Podcast. You have Angie and Demetrius here, and we want to tell you thank you so very much for taking the opportunity to tune in. So wherever you're listening to your podcast streaming platforms, we want to tell you thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and being able to give us a reaction of your favorite episodes. And again, we do read the comments on social media as well. So being able to create dialogue by being able to let us know what you like or dislike if you don't agree with Demetrius and I. If you want to get your topics heard, don't hesitate to text 833-370-1608. Put relationship without an S in the comment if you have something that you would like for us to discuss, or if you really want to give us feedback in detail, then don't forget to text us. So Demetrius, how you doing today?
Doing just love the Honey Bunch, and I want to add on to what you're saying, everybody. I want everybody, on YouTube and other platforms, subscribe and share and like. Like I say, don't cost a thing. We say we're gonna reach many people we can, help many people we can. Cause like me and you both talk all the time. They don't know that. We always talking. We got a good friendship. We ain't married, but she really my best friend. So we talk all the time. So I want to share our love and friendship with other couples. Maybe it can help your relationship out, or help your friend, or your friend relationship out. You know the drill. All right, Honey Butt. Yeah, besides that, I'm doing good. How about yourself?
All right, that's wonderful. So guess what? We have some, again, I'm wonderful. We have a letter here that's written in from Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore.
So you know what the
New
saying
England Patriot. You got Tom Brady from you, don't you? Well,
No,
was
I
Tom
didn't.
Brady. Yeah, New
Hey,
England
you know
Patriot.
what they say in this is because I just hear the people say, "What up, Duff?"
Oh, now you on my head. Now I don't know about that kind of
No,
language.
that's just what just like for Southerners, what our normal terminology is, or how do you know somebody is from New Orleans? What are they gonna say?
Oh, I forgot the word. I can't say it. Now you asked me. I
Baby,
tell you how.
baby.
Hey, baby.
Yes, right, exactly. And they're gonna hold it for a while. So in Baltimore,
You
majority of
heard
them.
you heard me.
That's right.
You heard me.
That's exactly right. So again, we're going to Baltimore, Maryland. So just hilarious. That's where she is from. So we got a lot of celebrities kind of from the area. And again, that's one of they
Oh, Jess, that's the
signatures
one. That's one be on
with Charlemagne the God them.
yeah in the morning time. Yeah,
Yeah. So a lot of
Birth
them.
Club. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Tell
So
her,
a
baby,
lot.
yeah.
I know. I don't know. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
I thought she might have, I don't know if she had it, but she bought the pop. She was on the show.
Yeah.
She was at home, so she wanted to show them all. She's still doing the show.
Yeah.
She's doing it from home. I was
Yeah,
curious.
no, I think she's been kind of MIA, so I think it's time delivery time now because they got somebody filling in. So again, to those of you tuning in from Baltimore, Maryland, what up, though? From the Lead Life Experience
Okay,
podcast.
what up, though?
That's right. What up, though?
Yeah.
So again, those of you, if you want to get your topics heard, go ahead and email us because we want to be able to represent your state, your city and state.
Tell her,
So
man, ain't no topic that can't be heard. Tell her, I know people got stuff going on in their life. Please bring it, because trust me, we've been through it. I got people been through it. So don't be holding back. It ain't no dumb topic. Bring it on. Bring it on.
all right, we're going to go ahead and read this letter in from Isabel. Isabel saying she is currently 40 years old and she went to her class reunion. But she said, I want to give you a little backstory for you and Demetrius to, give me y'all feedback. She said she was dating Michael back in the day, right before they had graduated, and she was so in love, but he ended up getting a job after college. after they got finished with college, she was so hurt because he ended up meeting somebody in college, Demetrius. So that was a missed opportunity because they ended up going to separate colleges. So because they went to separate colleges, again, she ended up missing who she seemed to think was the love of her life. So
Yeah.
he ended up going ahead and marrying her. They was in a relationship. They was high school
Oh,
sweethearts. They were destined to make it, destined to get married until he went off to college. And again, she said the first 2 years of college, him and her still was in a relationship. But she noticed that until he was finishing school, the calls got, a little bit shorter. And then after a while, she didn't hear from him, only to find out, Demetrius, that he had got married to somebody else.
yeah.
So she said she's devastated. How in the world could he marry somebody so quickly and they still was entertaining each other? So she don't know if it was immediately when he went to college or exactly what. But anyway, she said that they had a class reunion and they ended up seeing each other. She said, and when she seen him, Michael was so flirtatious, even though he has a wife. And she couldn't understand, like, she was so devastated, Demetrius. She said now she realized she dodged a bullet. She dodged being able to be in this relationship with him because now he's out here being flirtatious with other women, even though he's in a whole
It
full
could have been
fledged.
her married to him, be the
That's
wife.
right. Could have
Yeah.
been
Uh-huh.
married to her, and now he's in this full relationship, marriage with this lady, but he was operating as a single man. So she said, "Can you all help me?" Because part of her over these years, cause she hadn't been able to maintain a relationship. She said, and part of her just feel like, that was her soulmate. So she really hadn't moved past it because she watched the man that she loved go and live happily ever after with somebody else until this class reunion, and it opened her eyes up to let her know that she been saving a space for somebody that really didn't deserve it. So what can you
In,
tell Isabella in order for her to let Michael go?
in my time, two things going on with this picture.
Yeah.
It's like a sad story, but then it's like a good story at the end. It sounds like a good thing at the end now. I'm like,
Yeah.
Isabella, what I see in this situation, you could have married this man, but he chose to somebody that he thought better than you. Or he chose somebody just like you, but it was just a dog in him. You escaped, Isabella.
Yeah.
It could have been you. I mean, God took you out of the situation. I mean, because y'all women pray for things. The challenge you pray, y'all pray for a good man, a positive relationship, and you pray for, I don't want a bad man. I don't want an evil man in my life. I don't want a horrible man. You pray for stuff like that. But you don't know the man you talking to could be the man that evidently, well, she'll pray for Isabella. I'm pretty sure she prayed, wish for this kind of man. And God didn't give the man that she wanted, Michael. She didn't give him to her. But look now, what if 20 years later, look at him. Now he's trying to holler at you. He got a wife, but we married. He never was the man for you, baby. I hope. She said she married. She
No, she's
said
saying that that's what she's saying, that she hasn't been able to
move
have
on.
a,
Okay.
move on because she's been comparing other men because this who she felt like was her soulmate, and she really been holding the spot in her heart, thinking that her good man got away. And then when she was around him, she realized,
He want a good man. But see, you
no, it
got to
wasn't a
look at
good
it.
man.
A lot of women go through that. Y'all women listen to this part. I want y'all to listen to me now. Y'all had these men. You're in love with him. You're doing the work. Then he leave for another woman, and you feel bad. Like what I did wrong.
Yeah.
You might have did nothing wrong. You might have did the right thing. That's why he left. Cause he knew he couldn't run the game on you like he ran on the woman he left you for. Y'all ain't gotta
Yeah.
look at that thing. He could have left you for a woman that that might look better than you. You might think that to yourself. But her mind was like, yo, he knew that you was a serious woman. He couldn't tell you all kind of lies and play games with you like that. So that's why he left you. But you gotta thank God for that. Cause you could have married that man. He could have made babies on you, cheated with another woman or something. Had 3 kids with you, got 2 with another woman. So, that's why I look at it. It's a good side of everything. And when she just told the story, the end of that story, you say she met him, he married at the clap union, still trying to holler. Just tell her something. I got more to add to it, but I'm just gonna say that right now. Give you a chance to add on top of that. Well, how you feel about it?
I kind of can see, where she going, because when you get in a relationship, and Demetria, especially if things ended sour, I remember you saying to me one time, you know, Angie, men and women have unfinished business when the relationship don't kind of
Closure.
in
Yeah.
closure. And so I'm saying, but when it's a breakup and you don't know, they not only is it not closure, but it got unfinished business because they never did, go to separate ways on mutual agreements. It's okay, like Demetrius, hey, you know what, this relationship no longer serving me. I'm out and you out. But if you come home one day and all my stuff is gone, and Demetrius, you always gonna be wondering that what if you're not gonna know. So part of you still gonna move on. You have to eventually, but then you still holding a spot because if you really truly love that woman, your wife, your husband, boyfriend, whatever the case may be. And I'm saying I can understand and can relate to that because even when you do move on, you still try to, even when you meet other people, you still try to compare and you try to build them people up to be that person. It never works.
Yeah.
So, sweetheart, Isabella, I'm gonna tell you, take this time that once you did get in his company again, and you really seen what a jerk he is. Because again, if he truly loved his wife, sometimes we have to realize that even though it's a no for us on God be giving us a no, but we be wanting a yes. And if and I'm not saying I don't know what your spiritual life is like, but if you do have one, I highly suggest you to pull back and go and do you some journaling and see why do you feel like that is the only man that can make you feel whatever the time you share. A lot of times we as women can't move forward is because we keep holding on to the good. We don't look at the bad. We keep holding on to the good, how this person is good. Just to say, for instance, if they drinking, if you know this person is an alcoholic and when they drink they terrible, but you continue to stay with them because they good all the other times, but it's that one time that they drink a little too much and it's beyond, you cannot be in their company anymore. And you have to make a decision like, do I go ahead and leave for my safety, for my sanity, and let them self-destruct? Or do I just stay here and make my life miserable just for the sake of staying with somebody just because you feel like they're a soulmate? And of course, since his behavior is, acting so obnoxious, being around other women, or if he was trying to pursue you, I can pretty much tell you that men, and Demetrius be able to speak more from this, when men realize that they have moved on, cheated, left you or whatever, and that person who's in their life, that person, and after see they no longer compatible with, they just can put up and tolerate them, but it's still some energy on the outside. It's still some things they missing. Some men, I don't know why they cheat, Demetrius. Maybe you can shed a little light on it, but you have to realize, Beyonce.
Hey, what you trying to say? I'm gonna shut some light on. Why you put my name in it?
I'm putting your name in it
I'm
because
just joking, baby.
again,
I'm just joking.
no, again, helping her understand, because if Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce, it's not always.
Allegedly now. Don't put that man.
Well, no, that's what they said in the tape. Well, we can say allegedly, but
Yeah, I ain't see him
in the
do it.
videos that he said, he went ahead and confessed
I
about
ain't breaking
doing
the
it.
man code. Go ahead.
You don't have to break the man code. I'm just saying that if a man is going outside the relationship and he's attention, or woman, because it don't always have to be, women can do the same thing too. It's some good men out there who this lady just don't see, she overlooking them, and she keep want to be attracted to like bad boys or the opposite of what her husband is. So when it happen is you have to be able to look at and see what is it about it. Again, some men just like fun girls, and a lot of women don't like to be considered a fun girl, but unfortunately,
There
Demetrius,
are.
Demetrius, can you tell them that sometimes women put themselves in a category? And again, once men let you know, hey, I'm married, Demetrius already say men don't normally leave their wives if they saying they married and you still okay with it and you still gonna allow them to play. You now have become the fun girl. So you're not, very rarely, because Demetrius
You ain't
is
gaining nothing but a good time. What you say? You
okay.
say that, oh, you gaining a good time. I'm gonna tell you what a man told me one time.
Okay, tell me.
He he was married and he had ex girlfriend. He told me When he saw the ex girl,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't entertain them.
Yeah.
I asked him why, but he entertained other women. I said, why? I don't get that. He said, yeah, I talk to other women, but the ex girlfriend, I ain't been getting the pleasure to think that I was a bad man. I want to know when he had me, I was a good man. He said, you still was a good man, but
Mm-hmm.
he was just saying that he would entertain a stranger before he entertained a woman that he dated in the past.
Yeah.
That makes sense to you?
Yeah.
And and I thought about that thing when he said it to me. It's been almost like 15 years ago. So when I ran into girls I talked to in the past, I would talk to them, but I wouldn't entertain them. I wouldn't entertain them. I wasn't doing that. So
Mm-hmm.
it sounded like the man Michael, he entertaining these ladies that he used to talk to. The one with, but he got a wife, and all he doing makes him look bad because the women they could have married the man, and they probably feeling like, thank God I didn't marry. And that girl Isabella, but thank God because you could have.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of bad men out here and a lot of bad women. It's both. I ain't talking. I ain't beating on a man, y'all. A lot of bad women too do bad things, but sometimes God take women out men life and take men out of women life.
That's right.
And you thank God for it. Don't get mad. I mean, right at the time it's hurt and disappointing. I know people right now going through stuff right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna broke up, man ain't with them, and they hurt. They feeling hurt.
Yeah.
But they don't see God might be elevating them.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't grow with a person that you ain't ready to grow.
Mm-hmm.
You got all these dreams, these visions. This person might ain't got none. And the
Mm-hmm.
person ain't got no vision. I'm not knocking him. Hey, he might be satisfied where he at, but you ain't. So don't look at the bad way. It's time to move on. Let him go ahead and get a girl on his level. You
Mm-hmm.
get a girl on your level. Y'all move on. How you feel about 100 bucks? I took you, baby. You was on my level. I took my wife and I went on with my business.
Yeah. Is it time for our break? In that way, we looking good on time.
We looking good on time. Everything real good. Unless you wanted to go and cut a short, but you can go on time. You can roll with it, baby.
Okay. No, I just didn't want to stop it and then having a
Oh no, you
program
ain't got to
thought.
stop it. Turn it. Hold on. I'm giving you the okay. I'm going to unleash you.
Whatever.
Go 100 bucks.
Whatever. Um, when you as a woman do in these relationships, Demetrius and I, and I'm gonna add us in here, and a lot of times Demetrius and I don't like talking about ourselves because if you just joining in, if you just now being introduced to the Lead Life Experience podcast, I highly suggest you to go to the episode, go to YouTube
The first
or your
episode.
podcast,
Entanglement.
yes, streaming platforms, and go and listen to the Entanglement. And if you listen to the Entanglement, you can kind of get a foundation of what Demetrius and I have been through. Because I never want people to think infidelity is the answer. I am shamed. I am embarrassed that that is how my mindset thought at that particular time. I hurted people. I was a hurt person. So, and I spewed my misery onto other people that caused them. At the time, everybody having a good time. But when you look back at it and you grow, you get embarrassed like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. I'm so ashamed. But the thing is, I know I done it, and all I can do is be a better version of Angie and move forward. That I'm not doing that now, So I want to throw the rock. I want to hide my hand. Even when Demetrius talked about it, I say, Demetrius, when we get uncovering our story, here's the fighting and abuse. It sound bad, but it don't sound bad as the things that I have done. But then he, Demetrius, had to let me help me see it, and he had to help me progress it with my story to be able to get on here, you all, because it's hard. It's hard being able to be transparent and tell somebody some deep, vulnerable stuff that you were even embarrassed of. To get on, and tell strangers really how you feel. And I'm sure, Isabella, you don't want to tell, these people, all these, friends, or even if you are dating, and what you said you are dating, you said it, but it hadn't been anything serious because you really been holding a spot. And if you have been talking to this, been having this connection with this man ever since college, and and I would say college is anywhere from 18 to 21 normally.
Yeah,
21,
21, 22.
22. Yeah.
That's right.
So you are 40 years old. So at least I'm gonna just say we gonna just round it off and say 20. So really the last 20 years of your life, you really done put your life on hold, trying to hold a spot for somebody cus- who's already evidently is living and you just been surviving. Listen, we have to take our power back. We have to take our power back. A lot of us are living in the past. It is a thing called therapy, and the Demetrius and I don't really talk about it much. But being able to go to therapy and being able to be transparent with the truth. You can pay a therapist, and Demetrius, I think that's what we need to try to, do before the end of the year. Partner with a therapist to come on, so people won't feel embarrassed and they don't feel like they need it.
Yeah,
Connect
that'd be a
with
good thing. Yeah.
connect with a therapist and let them know, like, what are their roles, what would be my reason for calling you. I'm saying it because I have called one. I'm saying it because I was seeing one, and being able to talk to her. They're not there to tell you, oh, go left, go right. They there to help you navigate your feelings on why you stuck. Demetrius, the therapist is there to help you. Like, if you stuck, they need to help. Let's see what we can do and what kind of mechanism and things that we can do to help you get moving.
I might some somebody
Yes.
listen to this podcast and they stuck. Give them an example. For they might say, "Well, I ain't stuck," but they might be stuck. Don't know they stuck. What would you tell them?
Oh, that's good, Demetrius. That's good.
What would you tell them for they know they stuck?
How you stuck? It's been 20 years, and you still
Yeah.
holding on to this person. You still thinking about and talking about this relationship like it was
It can
yesterday.
be fine. You ain't got to be 20. It
No,
can
no,
be a
no.
couple
I'm just
years. Yeah.
saying how we.
Yeah.
I'm talking about this current situation.
Yeah.
You still talking about this situation like it was yesterday. You remember when I told you, Demetrius, that I had seen somebody from my past, and Demetrius, I told you, I said I thought I was over it until I seen them, and all those feelings came right back, and I started reciting the same story. And then you said, "And you done told me that, right?" That let me know I wasn't over it. I still would recite that story just like it was yesterday. When
Yeah.
you can recite something from your past like it was yesterday, and you telling anybody that'll listen, Demetrius, you stuck.
Well, y'all here. You get it from the master. She
You
telling
stuck.
you.
You stuck if you can't move forward and you keep saying what he did. Demetrius, you and I had to have forgiving hearts. You and I would not been able to remarry. We wouldn't even be able to talk peacefully if you and I haven't had forgiving hearts. You had to forgive me from all the things that I had done. Whether you knew about it, whether you didn't know about it, whether you heard about it and you thought I did it and you didn't know that I really did it. You had to have a forgiving heart. I
That's
had
right.
to do the same.
That's right.
So in order for us to get together and move forward, and because if not, then Demetrius, that thing is gonna rear its little ugly head, and then now you're gonna start paying for that stuff all over again, even though we were divorced 10 years. Even though the situation that we talked about and we references Demetrius, I was in my early 20s. I'm in my late 40s now. That's mean you stuck. That life done change, seasons change, and Demetrius, and you still acting and operating just like you did. I'm gonna share a story, a quick one. In 2022, in September of 2022, my business coach at the time, got a trip up to Africa. So we went to Africa and we went to a town called Sweeto, I think that's how you pronounce it in Africa, and it's a little town outside of Johannesburg, Africa, South Africa to be exact. So when we went to this little town, and these were like maybe an hour difference from Johannesburg. Johannesburg, you thinking Africa is what you see on TV with all the little flies flying around. But then when we went to Soweto, these people in Johannesburg, Demetria, they had like some of them had name brand tennis shoes on. The mall was nice and clean. You had those Africans had nice jobs. They had clean clothes on. They looked nice and attractive. The men, I mean the family, they had nice cars. And I'm thinking, what I seen on TV is not what I see here. But
Yeah.
they, like I said, an hour or more away from this town. It's called this little town called Soweto. And this little town, Demetrius, they lived in little what we would call sheds in the other side of your house, like where your car shed is.
Yeah.
That is where these people live, and it was a community. Just like what would be the trailer park, but these was, the cold community. They didn't have like running water. They used a big old like a water tower, and they would go and fetch the water, and that's the word that they use, fetch. The cosmetologist was doing hair, and Demetrius, these kids was happy in this town, and a lot of them didn't have electricity. A lot of them was wiring electricity from somewhere else to warm a pot up or whatever. The condition, some of them let us went inside their home. When we did go in one lady house, and I remember one of the ladies asking like, "Hey, could we come in?" And we gave them a donation for allowing us to come into their home. Because number one, they, poor, so our money is worth more than this. So we went in the lady house, and she was like, "Yeah, I've been living this way all these years, cause my husband just died." So when she said just died, we thinking Demetrius like maybe a week ago, month
Yeah.
ago. It was years, Demetrius. So
Mm.
the coach said, asked the lady, and you ain't nothing in you have built up enough energy to do nothing else. She still had pictures on the wall. Listen, calendar still up. Demetrius, nothing changed from when her husband was living and he been passed away years ago.
Like you
And I'm
still
not talking
living
about
there. Yeah.
I'm not talking about no year or two. I'm talking about more years. This older lady, and I would say this lady probably in her 60s. Demetria still, walking around,
Still holding on. Still holding on to him.
still holding on, still
Mm.
holding on. Everything, all his plaques was up on the wall. Everything was still on the wall. And when you wondering, and only until the coach said something like, "What you gonna do with yourself?" And the lady looking at her crazy. So when we went to give her the donation, she said, "What I supposed to do with this?" Demetrius, she didn't even know how to get the money changed over from her money. So you guess what the lady did? She didn't
What?
want it. She did not want our American money, even though it's worth more than the African money.
Oh.
So I'm just saying, when you talk about being stuck, look how life have passed you by for being comfortable, Demetrius. Isabel, don't be comfortable. Don't be comfortable with just cause somebody coming or sending you a few texts, or keeping in contact, getting you a little conversation, and you holding a spot thinking he coming back. He's not coming back. He's not coming back. You're gonna have to go ahead and have a funeral service for him in your heart, and you have to move on. And Demetrius, you have to be that aggressive. You have to treat him like that, because if not, you're gonna keep on having that revolving door syndrome.
You know something? What you
Yes.
saying? Now she Isabella didn't say it, but I got common sense. She gonna have a different relationship since that damn time, but evidently she might have lost some good men.
That's the point. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cause
lost some
she been
good men,
comparing
but
her to the
yeah.
guy, and she said she just can't. They're not like sustainable relationships. So that's the reason why I'm saying all that to say, look how many women, when you talk about being stuck, you like, Angie. Some people don't even know they stuck though.
Yeah.
Some people don't know I need a therapist. And you are so comfortable with accepting the bare minimum that you settling for a good morning text. You settling for him talking to you today and might not be talking to you tomorrow. You settling for whenever he come around for this class reunion without his wife or without the other part, and you settling, waiting on your opportunity. And I don't care what kind of lies. Demetrius, I'm sure he telling the lies. I'm sure he's saying he gonna leave the woman.
Oh yeah, he doing that. But you was proud of the people that been in a relationship they gonna lose. The boyfriend left them, the wife left them, or
Mhm.
somebody died. You can't let go.
Yeah.
How you move on? Somehow to me, I would want you to move on. I don't want you sitting waiting on me. I want you to be happy. I think you do the same thing for me. But some people get caught.
And let
Go
me
ahead.
let me comment on that. I do. If something happened to me, just like what happened with that Uber, if I had a passed away in that within that situation, grieve for me, Demetrius. But I'm giving you a year. A year. You got to move on. It's no certain time, and I know my family them probably won't want it. Our son probably won't want it. But I don't want you to waste your time sitting here, worried about me. I don't even, like I said, and I'm just saying a year, but if God allow you to have you somebody in 6 months, then you will be able to go because I'm always gonna know the things that and again, the dead can't talk. So, we only know what our soul takes, and all you can say is, your wife was a good person. Your wife care about motivating and encouraging people to be the best version of themselves.
That's right.
And long as you know that, then we will be a-okay. Cause it ain't, you won't get another Angie now. Let's get that clear.
On that, let's go to break. On
All
that,
right, this is the Lead Life Experience Podcast. Hi, welcome back. We have had the break, and you all, I
boom, boom.
I want to make sure Demetrius asked like Andrew, what direction are we heading in? I told him that we have to make sure that if we give you a problem, we have to give you a solution. We
That's
have to
right.
be able to give you a way to be able to get up out your situation if you choose to. So I want you all to write this number down, save it in your phone because you never know. Mental health is very, 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 very important, and it's a necessity. And unfortunately, you can be at a breaking point and nobody know it. We as a society can mask mental health. We can, say the things we need to say, do the things we need to do. And a lot of times it be out of habit. We can function, just like normal because it's habitual. We have been doing it and training our brain to do it. But I want you to know that if you are somebody and you are in need and you really are facing crisis, I want you to write down this number 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-TALK. And the number to that for the talk is 8255. That's 1-800-273-8255, and the letter is talk. So you remember that 1-800-273-talk, which is 8255 on your numeric
And that's for like,
mental
give
health.
me, man, have like give them an example for that. Understand?
Well,
We
it
know.
said National Suicide Prevention Line is an accessible national wide line. It's easy to remember for crisis. So to support those in crisis, assist the lifeline should be simplified and resource for allocated in your life saving resources on a bigger scale. So again, because we don't know exactly like what you need, this hotline will be able to decipher whether you need, immediately help. Some of us don't know, when we are on the edge, but you feel like something is different about you. And if you are feeling like something different, or if you are a family member or friend and you notice that, hey, somebody is not acting like themselves and you're a little concerned, go ahead and call this number in order to get them some help. Whether it's to get resources over there, get somebody to go to the home. You can do a welfare check. Welfare checks is just to go and check and say, hey, I haven't seen Angie in a while. Can you just go by Angie's house or go by Angie place of employment, whatever information that you know about the person, so you can get somebody professional to go and check on them, whether it be the ambulance, whether it be the fire department, the police, or a coworker or something. Get somebody of professional involved to also do some tracking. Those of you, I want you to use your phone. Take out your phone, being able to have some emergency contact. it's saved in your phone. Have that one person on speed dial that if you feel like, you going through some crisis that's kind of overwhelming, it cannot be relationships. Some of us just be feeling depressed. From Isabella, you have allowed 20 years to go by and you still stuck. I'm
Yeah,
concerned, dear. Demetrius, aren't you?
yeah, I am. Yeah, because you about 20 years. I've been in relationships before I got married back to you, but hey, I let them go. You gotta let it go. How can I move on somewhere else? But I had a couple people around me before it been like that. They went in another relationship, but they couldn't let the old relationship go.
Mm-hmm.
It caused a problem in the new relationship. I said, man, you gotta let that go.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just bring that stuff with you. Cause nobody want to hear that.
Yeah.
Want to know how you felt about somebody else. They cool for some stuff. You can't keep going on and on with it. So yeah, I've been around
Yeah.
people like that for. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, Demetrius and I, we sometimes tease, but you have to be able to, when we're talking about something and it's concerning people in our past, it is part of the journey. Then, in order for you to understand the story, then which 9 times out of 10 we already know who each other talking about, so we already
yeah,
know that that's what goes along with the story. But if you continue to compare, if you continue to bring that person name up and up and in a way that they have not haven't got over the person, then you might need to be able to pull back from that current relationship, pull yourself back and get yourself together, because
yeah.
you are not ready to be dating. I know even before Demetrius and I got back together, every time I would see Demetrius, what would I always say to you? When I would see you at your mom's house or see you in the street, I would ask you, can I what?
I come back home. Yeah.
I would always say it, no matter what. I just used to say it. A lot of times I was just kidding, but I had got used to saying it. So I was like, "Oh, you gonna let me come back home?" And I would just, always would say it to him. He would say, "Oh, you're not ready. You're not ready." And
What
now
I tell
he,
you, come back home. What you got to do? Come back home. I said you got to make sure you get rid of them men that you got rid of. Them. Not because you left you. That you made the decision you didn't want no man no more. Then you
yeah,
talk to me. What I
yeah.
tell you.
So yeah, that was one of the stipulations that he said. He was like, "Angie, I know that you ready to come back home when you cut ties with everybody." And at that time, I
Not
couldn't.
did it with me. You didn't do it because of
Yeah,
me. You did it because of yourself.
I couldn't understand like what he was saying. I'm thinking like, you in a whole full relationship. What you talking about? But he, like he said, we had a child together, so it was impossible for us not to have any kind of communication at all. Um, but that would come up. So even when I talked to other people, they already knew not to call Demetrius' name around me, because it was a no brainer to me, that because of the nature of what things, how it transpired, he just knew, they knew not to even just keep his name out their mouth.
That's
Don't
right.
say nothing. And so when it came
Keep the
time,
D out your mouth.
so when it came time for us to get back together, and I said, Demetrius, well, when he was pursuing me, I have to make sure I be clear. When he came back pursuing your girl, and I said, Demetrius, what you what you want? Why are you trying to get back with me now? Like, what's the deal? And he finally said, Angie, this is the first time you ain't really never been dealing with nobody. And I'm looking at him like, huh? And so again, because I had been on this private spiritual sabbatical, for like a year and a half with no men's, no dating, nothing but working on myself, going to church, reading the Bible, having my study time. And that's when Demetrius was like, Angie, I knew you was ready when I didn't hear anything. But Demetrius, how did you know? You didn't, I was in California, so how did you know that I didn't have a boyfriend?
I didn't know, but when you talk, I mean, it's stuff my son say, my mama say. You tell somebody got something going on when they talk.
Yeah.
Like you more into yourself. You wouldn't worry about nobody. You was into yourself,
Okay.
and I picked them on
No,
that.
yeah, I'm saying just in case the ladies or men's out there and they might be in a situation like you and I was, they do have somebody from their past that they right now they separate, and they let somebody get away. How can they, be able to look, reevaluate and say,
Well,
you know what, let me go and spin the block.
first time you got a person that you dated in the past and you wanted to get back with them. First thing, they in a relationship, you gotta leave that alone.
Yeah,
Let them find themselves first.
yeah.
Don't make them leave their boyfriend or leave their girlfriend. You let them do it on their own. So you got nothing to do with that. So when they do talk to them, they know that you influence them. So I mean that they ready. They at least got an opportunity. You can talk to them on that level. But you got a person that dating a man. You leave that woman, come get back with me. Okay, if he do it, that means you forced him to do it. So really, he didn't want to leave that woman. So it's like he going back, eventually going back. But you let him do it on his own, or let he do it on his own. That means they did it on their own. So kind of like people do drugs and alcohol. They say
Hmm.
you can't. You can try to talk them all this and stop drinking and start smoking weed or doing that. You can make them quit for a month or two, but you made them quit. This is the word. You made them. You put them in a situation that they had to quit. That ain't good. They need to do it on their own. I want to stop drinking. I want to stop drugs. And you got some then. You on the right path then. That's that
Okay,
relationship.
got it.
Yeah, you got on the butt. I say I watch you. You know, you had a relationship. I was in a relationship myself. So when I came out, when I was in, I watched you. You went in there. So I said to myself, I was in a bad place. And I don't know what place you was in, but you my friend. And that's the main thing. I tell some people that too. You need to be friend with people now. It's a good thing being friend with people now. But you can't go so far now because you're in a relationship and your friend, your other partner gonna feel the type of way. But me and Angela, I was in a friendship. But I knew how to further go with her. She not further go with me. So we didn't cross them boundaries because we dated other people and I wasn't down, put in a situation, he put me in a situation. But when she got single and I was single, hey, boom boom. That's where we at now.
Yeah. Again, Isabella, I hope something that we said, kind of help. I know, we didn't go in on Michael because it's really not about Michael. It's really about you, and you being able to know yourself. When you know yourself and being able to do the self evaluation, you will ask yourself, why were you even attracted to somebody like Michael in the first place? And I'm sure that, growth over the years and
Yeah, I got a
being
lot to do
able
with
to,
too.
yeah, and being able to, thank God. A lot of times, again, we as women, we want what we want, and because it felt good, being with somebody. But a lot of relationships or marriages is not even ordained or blessed by God. A lot of us did it out of what we wanted it to be, and then a lot of times we blame God the reason why this marriage is not like how we desire. But I can tell you one thing, that if God mean for you to have that man, Michael, God will clean him up himself and send him back to you. Whatever you praying for, again, I don't know if you have a prayer life, but I would highly suggest you to get one. And God will tell God what the desires of your heart. Who do you want? You might not get everything that you want. You do your vision boards and you looking at your vision board and like, oh, the guys that I'm talking to, they just not it. But again, if
Yeah,
you are comparing them to Michael, they're never gonna be it.
that's right.
They're never gonna be it. And it's impossible to go and doing a scavenger hunt and think you're gonna find everything correctly. It's impossible. But again, if you go ahead and look at what you have, and Demetrius, you know what I'm getting ready to bring up. What do your mom always say? Like or love who's liking you, loving you. But if you going after who you like, you'll fail every single
I'm like Steve
time.
Harvey say. Steve Harvey say you got to let go for you to go. Yeah, what you
Mm.
gonna say? Yeah, yeah, you got to let go. You know what I mean, and Isabella after had let go. Well, she told us she let it go, but when he came back to her, she realized she didn't let go, but she realized when he came back to her, tried to get back at her, it was trying to go there. She
Yeah,
realized God had saved her.
Yeah.
And you got so many people out in this world that don't even know how God has saved them.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, like look at me and you. I'm gonna say this because the podcast isn't about me and you. But the
Mhm.
first time I got married, yeah, I was hurt what happened between what thing me and you went through. But you went on with your life. I want my life. And I did let go. I'm saying you did too. But God, you let go, He brought me back to you.
Mhm.
You know, now you're you two them people.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't made to get married at 23 and 26 years old. They ain't made for that. But you might try, but it ain't made for it. So Isabella, look at what she was going through college. She want this man, thought he gonna be the perfect man. He probably got a good job and all that, but she see now whoever he married to, she could have been that wife. He could have been in the family unit somewhere else doing the things he was doing. So she better thank
Mhm.
God for it. It's better thank
It was
God for.
class reunion, baby,
I
not
mean,
family.
oh, I'm sorry. Class reunion. Sorry, Isabella. I apologize. But thank God that you ain't in this situation.
Mhm.
'Cause I know a lot of women, a lot of dudes, I'm telling you, I've been around them. I thought I had a good woman. Then I'm saying to myself, the comes when I kept to myself because the women was out there running around, man, you did the best thing in your life. Let that woman go. But he didn't know that. And I ain't messing. So I stay out of stuff like that. But I see how the woman doing. But then eventually he found out and he said, man, that's the best thing I ever did. Yeah, you right. The best thing you did. So Isabella, thank God for your class reunion. You see how he came at you? You ain't the woman no more. So who the wife is, I'm gonna pray for her now. Pray for her hands because she don't know what she got her hands, what she got her
Mhm.
hands
Mhm. That's right.
on.
That's right.
How about like you in deep thoughts over there?
No, I'm just saying, because we as women, we get stuck and we lose time. I'm looking at the time that she has lost, Demetrius, that, she didn't allow herself to fully be loved properly because she had some boundaries up, some barriers up because she was waiting on this person who she thought was coming back.
Yeah.
And again, when you think they're coming back and they're not, again, I know a little something about that because when you waiting on them, but then they done found somebody else to make them happy, and they feel like they are the better one or they are the
You
chosen
waiting
one.
on me?
Was I waiting on you?
Yeah.
No, I didn't wait on you. That's what I'm saying. I didn't
You
wait on
did. You
you.
show.
Mm-mm. I mean, no,
I
but
went
I'm
to your
just
mama house. I saw a picture of me out to your mama house back in the
yeah.
days. I
Well,
see.
she just didn't take them down. She just didn't take them down. She just didn't take them down.
What it was?
Yeah, she just didn't take them down. That's
Oh,
one.
okay.
So
Okay.
I'm just only saying that when you look at life and you are still holding on, it stop you from moving forward. This with
That's right.
anything, Demetrius. It don't have to be relationship. This can be jobs. Even for you, when you was in a situation and all you kept thinking about is, I have given this job X amount of years of my life. My whole goal was with you was being able to use for you to look at the glass as half full. You was looking at it as half empty because you were so stuck on, I've been on this job for X amount of years, over 10 years, over 20 years. That's all you knew. That's heartbreaking. And a part of you grieve, but there are 5 cycles of grieving when this is with anything. This is with real life death, and your body has to go through it. Your mentally, you have to go through those 5 stages of death, and we do it even at the doctor's office. If the doctor call us right now with a life changing diagnosis, the first step of grieving is being able to be in denial. Like, nah, that ain't what happening. That's not what happened. That is one of the first things because you know this can't be true.
Yeah.
Only till later on do we start accepting things. When a breakup happen, we in denial. We wait on them, but sweetheart, 20 years of being in denial because you don't want to realize it. And again, but look what God did. He freed you in the 20th. So you don't have to go with the 21st year now. Now you able to move, pick your pieces up and say, God, how can I move forward? That's what I want people to do. I want people to be able to look at their life and say, how can I move forward? What is it I can do to move forward? And again, those of you, if you still stuck and you really want to feel love, because a lot of us want to be loved, I know, and we look for love in all the wrong places. We online, we offline, we on 1-800 numbers. We on apps. We on Facebook Marketplace, dating scenes. Everything got, apps. Chat GPT then came out. AI is out. We got these people, these men dressing up these artificial characters to be in love with, trying to build an artificial relationship with these things like robots. It is here. But I'm really telling you that if you really want to get yourself together and you really want to know what do life have you work on you, go to a shelter. Go to whether it's a homeless shelter, whether it's an abuse shelter, whether it's a drug and an alcohol shelter. Go to them shelters and donate your time. I told Demetrius, if we're gonna donate our time, I say, listen, we're gonna stop going somewhere every weekend. We're gonna donate our time and go to the shelter, because if we bless, we need to go see somebody else. If we feel like we struggling, let's go to somebody else who's struggling less than us in order for us to be appreciative. If we cannot show God that we appreciative. I told our kids the same thing. We're not gonna always give no kids gifts. We're gonna give them the gift of giving back. Giving back. Right now, this election is going on. We have the Democrats and the Republicans. But you know what a lot of Republicans do, and whether we want to admit it or not, a lot of them give back. I remember when my father was incarcerated, the angel tree. Do you know who was on the angel tree? My dad put my sister and our name on there. My other sister and her son name on there. The grandkids' names was on there. And then this church you used to get to them. So I'm telling you, no, not all of them probably was Republican and some Democrats, but I'm just saying you have to be mindful that when you are feeling so deep down and feel like you're worthless, give your time to something and someone of value if you want to be appreciated. If that man or that woman is not appreciating you, your job is not appreciating you, go do something in this lifetime to find out how can I feel valuable in this lifetime. It's bad to die, you all, and don't even have any purpose, Demetrius. It's bad to live in this life and you never really experience love. What if you and I had a passed away, Demetrius, and we never got to the reconciliation? Think about some friends that you lost along the way that never did get reconciliation, never did get to see grandkids being born.
Hey, Isabella, I know it's time to end this podcast. So I'm gonna say on my part, I said my wife, when she hand to her, thank God that you seen that. I want you to move with your life. And some men you let God your life, don't let another one go. If you got a man, that's good. If you don't, goddamn, you make sure you focus on relationship on you now.
On you.
That man gone. Just let him go. You seen what you holding on to. You lost 20 years of your life. Trying to move on. And like I say, I want to come back to us and let them know how you come out. Just send us an email. We ain't got to do another podcast on you. Send an email. Let me know you found a man. I want to know.
Updates.
Updates, right. Update.
Yeah,
All right, Isabella. Demetrius, I'm going to let my wife close it out. And I'm praying for you, babe. Take care of yourself. Go ahead. I'm let you have it.
All right. We hope something that we have said, that even if you're not in Isabella, you might be the Michael in these different situations. Please take the time to listen to the podcast, being able to write the phone numbers down, being able to talk to somebody. You may just need to vent. Some of us don't have anybody trustworthy to tell our deep, dark secrets to. So again, you want to be able to reach out to that hotline to be able to get what you need. And again, I'm going to give you that number again. And it's 1-800-273-TALK. That's 800-273-8255. And that's the National Suicidal Prevention and Lifeline that's accessible nationwide for everybody. Don't forget to like, share, comment, give us a reaction and feedback. We highly appreciate it. And if you would like to get your topics heard or give us feedback on this current podcast or others, don't forget to text us 833-370-1608. And this is the Lee Life Experience Podcast. Bye now.
Hi, everyone. I hope you have enjoyed this episode so far. You are here with the Lee Life Experiences. And remember, if you want to get your topics discussed or get our opinion or our perspective, join us at text us at 833-370-1608 and put relationships in the comment.